Morning, everyone. Welcome back to my bed. Happy Saturday. I'm going very slow today, and I was like, ooh, what do I have to do today? I have a lot of videos to film because astrology, and it's pre-eclipse season, but I was like, tomorrow's Sunday. What am I bringing up for Sunday? So when you're watching this, it's Sunday. I'm gonna take you just on a little story time. Some things that are coming up in my mind and in my head that I really want to share. So stay tuned if you care. Like a story time mini vlog of Courtney's life. So welcome. Morning, everyone. Look at this wild hair, hey? Can you tell that I've been in the sun, but my right here has not been clearly exposed? It's just been my face. Hi, everyone. Let's chat a little bit. I wanted to just do like a little vloggy style of like just story times with Court. Sunday story times with Court. So happy Sunday if you're watching this. It is a long weekend in Canada, so if you're somewhere else and it's not a long weekend for you, sorry. But you know what? Like, people can't really do that much here anyway. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some things in my brain. So if you guys follow me over on Instagram, shameless plug, you know I just like talking about a lot of stuff. And I think like my Instagram stories is just becoming overwhelming for people because I'm just like blah, 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 blah. By the way, isn't this mug super cute? From my aunt made this for me, Bravely Beautiful. Shout out Aunt Dina. I don't think she watches these, but if she does, here's the mug. I was having like some thoughts this morning come up around, I just have lots of thoughts in my brain. So I was like, let's just like film it and see what comes of it. So obviously here on my channel, I like to talk about astrology, spirituality, also mental health. Yeah, I want to show more of like my life and the journey in which it actually takes to live your dreams and kind of like become, I guess, like your future self or whatever you want to call it. I've been on this journey in the past year, past like 2.5 years of literally becoming someone I didn't even know I was, if that makes sense. One of the things that I always have craved is this like connection to other people. So, you know, one of the things I've craved on this path is finding people who have like already done what I want to do, or, you know, they're open about their experiences and their stories. And for me, it's like, I also want to be able to do that for other people. And what I wanted to talk about today is just a few things in regards to mental health. I have noticed that, you know, the more that we're kind of like coming out into the world and kind of like being around people again, I identify as an empath, and I've worked a lot on boundaries and people pleasing. And I think really tough sometimes for people who are either HSPs, like highly sensitive, empathic, whatever, to understand their emotions, but also like know what's theirs and what isn't. And coming back out into the world, and just through some of the healing that I've done, I've realized that for me, it's so much more than just like taking on other people's emotions. And I wanted to kind of talk about that. So there's a few ways I wanted to go with this today, and it's just gonna be super random because I am random. Number one, I wanted to bring in the mental health topic, because one of the things I've noticed and reflected on for myself is that I like being alone. I love it so much for a few reasons. One, because I don't have to deal with other people's emotions, thoughts about me, opinions. I I don't have to worry. And this is coming from a place where I'll get more into this, but as an empath or a people pleaser, you know, I want to make sure everyone's comfortable, which has meant that in the past I have neglected my own self and just completely abandoned ship of like what I want for me, and just completely was like, okay, I'll do what other people want. I probably wasn't even looking like that, but it was coming across in a way of like, let me just shape shift to the people I'm around. Let me just be like everybody else, because then I belong. And then everyone else will be comfortable. Like, whatever, it doesn't matter. And that was something that I've been aware of. I noticed that happens. It happens to a lot of us. Hello, the world we live in. But I realized like over all of this, like COVID, like during COVID and stuff, that for me, it's been like getting rid of that. It's been delayering and becoming more of myself. And more I become myself, the more vulnerable I feel, because it's a version that is new to me. That it's always been here, obviously, but like it's new to me to just stand in that and embody it and turn my light all the way up. And there's a fear that me being myself won't be received by the world around me, or my friends won't like me, or I won't belong anymore. And those are coming from a place of fear from obviously like past things, but also it's kind of like how we've all been raised. Conform, fit in, do what you're told, do what you say. Like, you need to go to school, sit at this desk, do this, ask for permission, blah, 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 blah. Look at the world right now. This is a tangent, but I'm gonna add it in here. Yesterday, I saw a protest, which was, I don't even know what they would really be called, but holding up signs that were like, conform, wear the mask, listen to doctors, listens to science. It's like, as soon as I saw that conform sign, I went, and I felt like this just, I felt so unsafe. You're telling me to conform. That's me not being me. I've conformed my whole life. And so over the past few months, I've really felt like I get to express myself online. This is my platform. This is my space where I get to be me. And if people like that, they can come in. And if they don't, then they don't have to be here. But now when it's time to go and re-enter the world, scary, because it feels like, am I gonna continue to be myself just as I am online and in my safety of my own home? Or am I gonna shrink back down because of what other people might think? And that's one of the most ultimate tests for me. I just felt like talking about this today. Clearly, it's a coffee chat. Don't even know what I'm gonna call this, but it's something that's on my mind. And I often get asked a lot, like, you're like always by yourself. Like, my mom like jokes, like, you need like real friends. And I do have real friends. They're amazing. This is the Aquarius in me. It's like, I often feel very alone in friendship groups, even when I'm around a lot of people. And I think part of that does come from like me feeling like, okay, how can I read this room? How can I like see where I can like fit in? I have a Pisces rising. I'm really freaking good at it. Conforming to situations, I can do that. Easy, no problem. But my Aquarius sun is like, no, 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 no. We cannot do that anymore. The other point that I wanted to bring in was relating this to mental health. And I don't know if this is something that everyone experiences or if this is just with my own experience, but I wanted to talk about it because I feel like not everyone understands, especially if you haven't maybe dealt with mental health, like depression or anxiety. It can show up in a lot of different ways. And for me, it definitely has shown up as social anxiety before. And I'm a pretty social person, but the more that I have kind of like started to tune into my intuition, the more that I was like really experiencing some pretty big emotional ups and downs, the less I wanted to be around people because it was draining me even more. It's like, it was like taking everything from me because like I said at the beginning, I was constantly trying to feel into what everyone else needs and forgetting about me. It's bizarre too, because I feel like a lot of people, like I've been told before, it's like, Court, you're so selfish. Like you don't think about this, blah, 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 blah. You're just thinking about yourself. And that's true. Sometimes that is very true. I know that about myself. But I also know that because I feel things so deeply and so intensely, I have to be very mindful where I am, what I'm doing, and what's going on, and where my own mental space is. If I am not in a good mental space, I cannot be around a lot of people. It doesn't work for me. And, you know, being in a place where your mental health isn't at the best spot, you're in survival mode. You're in this place of like, I need to do what's best for me right now. Like, and that looks different to everyone. For me, it's being completely by myself, just creating, doing things that, you know, I can recharge my own batteries in, and not being around anyone else. I think sometimes people take that as like, oh, like you're not, like you're being unavailable, which it is, but from a place of I don't have the capacity to give to you. I don't have the capacity to even like show up in any other way than being where I am right now. And that's something that I want to normalize, because if a friend said to me, hey Court, like I just like am not in a good mental space right now, and like I don't have the capacity to show up, awesome. Like I would be so proud of them for, first of all, acknowledging it. Second of all, being like, I need to be by myself right now, and like honoring that. If it's somebody who's like, I need to be with someone else right now, then they're honoring what they need. It's just normalizing the fact that like mental health looks different in all different places and just everything. My experience has been that like when I'm in that space, like I don't want to be around anyone. I just want to be by myself. So this is kind of a ramble, but I just wanted to share, you know? Coffee chats. This is what's happening today. I think what I'm trying to get to here is like we need to really be thinking about, you know, all of what is happening in the world right now. People are sharing and they're doing things and they're acting in ways that is coming from a place of their own belief system, their own experiences. Look and be like, oh my God, like that person is doing blank because they don't care about blank. And it's like, no, I am choosing my own things based on how I'm feeling, my past experiences, and ultimately what feels good to me. And on the one hand, good feels like protecting myself and being alone, because that's how I've learned. I can be safe here, but it's not safe for me to go out into the world and be myself. When we're making these judgments, these ideas of people and what they're choosing for their life right now, it's like, let's just think about that. I walked out into the world yesterday to go and meet some friends who I haven't seen in a long time, and I saw a sign that said conform. Literally just like made me feel so small, like I couldn't be myself. I know that's not true. I have the power to do that, but it's just something to think about. So I guess this coffee chat today on this Sunday is, let's just think about where we're at, what we're projecting, and I guess know that like everyone has their own stuff going on. I want to share my stuff because I feel like I want to be seen as different and unique, but also like I just want to be myself. When I don't speak up and when I'm not like being myself like this, it's like I'm not honoring me, conforming. And I don't want to conform. I want to be myself. I want to be seen as myself. I want to use my voice for that. So we're gonna have coffee chats like this. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Kind of a ramble, but like, hey, sometimes a ramble is good. See my hand back here? Ooh, ah. I am gonna be filming some more videos. So stay tuned this week because eclipse ones are coming. And also I'm going to go to the beach with a friend. Oh, and guess what? If you guys are watching this all the way through, you're gonna hear a secret. Started a podcast. So stay tuned for details on that. if you read the description bar below, you will find the Instagram for that podcast. Heard it here first, folks. Congrats if you've watched this, and I'm so grateful for you. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and have a great day. Enjoy your Sunday. Remember, go live your dreams. Bye. I serve it up. I serve it up. I serve it up. I serve it up. Serve it up. I serve it up.